Roisin Rubello, and I'm part of the communications team at Lennox India. Today, I have with me Mr. Rod Flory, who is the Vice President of IT Shared Competencies, LII, and one of the most loved persons of LITC. I'm absolutely delighted to have you with me, Rod. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Chennai, most part of the time it's kind of warm, and of late we've been receiving nice showers. It energizes me a lot. So how's Chennai treating you?
Well, so far it's been very good. You know, I've been here a little over a day now. I've gotten over the jet lag for the most part. It's very busy. I think someone needs to work with Somya and his team to let him know there are only 60 minutes in an hour. They seem to have me scheduled out pretty well. But I do always enjoy getting here to see my coworkers and visit with everyone. So it's been good so far. And yes, the weather has been pleasant this time.
Wow. And I think you were one of the key members in identifying Chennai as a location for Lennox India. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about how you zeroed in on Chennai as opposed to other cities within India?
Yeah. You know, it seems like it's been so long ago now when I think back on it, but it was really a joint effort with Prakash and his team, engineering, controls, and IT. And we looked at several different geographies, and it was very clear to us that India was the right place for the type of talent that we were looking for. And so then it became a matter of looking at the different cities within India. And we did look at a few of them, but I think it was the overwhelming choice of the team that Chennai was the right place for Lennox International. So that's where we ended up.
Was your expectation met?
I think I would say at this point my expectations certainly on the IT side, and I think the other leaders would agree with me, have been exceeded. We've done a really good job of attracting and building talent here, and we knew it would grow from an IT perspective, engineering and controls perspective, but it's grown even beyond that. And so I think it's been wildly successful for us.
One of the most interesting things to note that Rod has been associated with LITC even before its inception. So Rod, why don't you take us through some of your good memories with LITC?
Well, yes, we've talked about looking for the right city, the right location for Lennox when we were doing this. But then even within that, I recall visiting various sites within Chennai, looking for an office building for us, and that was an interesting experience. But I think my best memory is interviewing the first IT employees. We had a trip where we came over, a colleague of mine, and we had a conference room rented in a hotel and had recruiters help bring us, IT candidates to interview for our first 10 IT employees. And I remember those days very well. In fact, I still remember interviewing two of the individuals that are still here. Priyanka Joseph, whom I knew from previous experience with Lennox International, and then Kranti in our IT infrastructure team. I still remember interviewing Kranti on that day, so it was an interesting and fun experience for me.
Our director HR too has very good memories of being interviewed by you, and she said that's one of the main reasons she chose to work with this company.
Oh, fantastic.
You're an integral part of the LITC family as much as the LII. So let me put you into a tricky situation. If you were given a chance to relocate to India and work out of the Chennai office in LITC, what are the topmost things that will run into your mind?
I think it wouldn't be on the professional side. I know the team here well. I've spent a lot of time working in the office on my visits, so I think that would be great. It would be awesome to come here and work with them, closely for a while. So on the personal side, though, I think one thing would be convincing my wife. She's never been to India, so that would be an interesting challenge for me. The second one would be hiring a driver, because I would not be able to drive myself in India. I'm convinced of that. And the last one would be, I've played cricket with the guys a few times, but I never really got the hang of it. So I think some lessons in how to play cricket and hopefully getting good enough to make one of the company cricket teams would be the other one. So, yeah.
Chennai is some good biryani city too, so I will definitely take you for some nice biryani and hot chai.
All right, very good.
According to you, what are the possibilities of LITC to contribute to the overall LII vision?
I would say it's not possibility, it's a reality. We are contributing to the overall LII vision from all the capabilities that have been built on the engineering side with the modeling and analysis tools and the improvements and features that have been built into our product. The solutions like the one behind us here for our Icon platform and the contribution that LITC has made to that. And then on the IT side, the digital transformation and e-commerce and customer experience solutions that the team here is helping to enable are critical for our growth. And then lastly, and again on the IT side, as important as technology is for the company and growing so every year, the ability created here to monitor and proactively keep our systems up and running effectively is crucial to our success. So I would say we just keep driving at those things and getting better at that.
And what should be the three most prominent focus areas as we continue our journey forward at LITC?
So I think the first thing that comes to mind is just really sustaining what's been done. We've done a good job of creating capability, doing more work out of our center here in Chennai, but the business will continue to grow and continue to change. And so it's important that we not just bring the work in, create the capabilities, but that we also have a culture of continuous improvement and optimization of it so we get better at what we've created. The second one, and similarly, is just sustaining it in a growing environment. Back to my reference earlier, starting with 10 IT employees in a small server room to where we are now, just sustaining the growth and the infrastructure of the organization required to do that. I think that's a second thing to focus on. And the last one would be, the culture. We have a one-team culture, certainly on the IT side, where the team in the US and the team in India work together as one team. And I think we have to keep that going forward. I know we have to keep that going forward to be effective at what we do.
Thank you, Rod. I think we had a very insightful conversation with you, and I really appreciate you for making the time to do this. The one thing that I can take away from this conversation is that we definitely have a strong foundation, and we are sure we will keep the momentum high as we move up the ladder. Thanks, Rod, again for making the time.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.